devout man's prayer has disconnected him from God. It's very important that we don't look upon the Pharisee with contempt. We can't. And we can't sit there and try to identify with the tax collector and say, okay, well, I'm good like him. The parable sends you away with your tail between your legs going, now what? I had dinner with two lovely people the other night. We were talking about this country of ours, and we were talking about how the deterioration of our society has everything to do with the fact that nobody teaches prayer in school anymore. I have these people who send me all these emails about, how God is not present in our lives anymore. Well, let me tell you, when Mr. Lamangelo read scripture to me in the 8th grade, there was nothing spiritual or holy about how Mr. Lamangelo read the scripture. For us to suggest that there is blame to be laid for the deterioration of our society and the fact that we don't live like Ward and June Cleaver anymore, and none of us do vacuuming in our pearls and our dresses and our high heels at home. The halcyon days of Leave It to Beaver. Oh, give me a break. There's no such thing, and it's a myth. If anybody tells you life was ever like that in the world, they haven't read the scripture. They haven't listened to what Jesus is saying. For thousands of years, relationships between people have been disposable. For thousands of years, people have thrown people away. Come on. You used to be able to divorce your wife if she burned your dinner. We're done. Bill and divorcement. See you later. Oh, honey, you got 20 pounds too fat. Step down. Next shooter. It's true in the history of the world. Come on. All right, there was a time in our history, we talked about this, that everything was delivered to the house. Does anybody remember that? The bread, the milk, the dry cleaning, the Fuller Brush man, the Avon lady. You never had to leave the house. It was all delivered. But I don't know why that was. It just was. It was because there was only one car in the family. But it has nothing to do with how good we were in that particular time in history. Because we have always rebelled against the commandments. We have always broken the commandments. People have always preferred vices. People have always loved wealth and power. Come on. But for us to suggest that there is anybody to blame for the deterioration of society, it is stupid. We are responsible for ourselves. We are responsible for making sure that we pass on the best of ourselves, that we model for our children, we model for our grandchildren the best of ourselves. And we hold no other person in contempt. That we look at no other person with contempt, but we model the best of who we are. And if you want your kids to learn prayer, teach it to them. If you want your kids to know about the Bible, read it to them. But don't expect somebody else to do that for you. And don't say that our country is going to hell because we don't say God in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please. Please. The issue is what you are going to do to be responsible on this earth, to be a responsible pillar of the community. And be open to God, to be in prayer, and to be in right relationship with that God. And it may be that you will on one day or another have to fall down on your knees Let's be gods and sing I am thine, O Lord, 419.